It was all a dream. 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 It was all. Welcome everybody to the It Was All a Dream podcast. I have none other than someone I consider a brother, a mentor, someone that has been there for me through and through, personal trainer and professional bodybuilder. None other than Jason Strayhand.
Welcome, y'all. Happy to be here. Happy to be here.
Appreciate you for coming by, bro. How's your day been?
Going good. Watching these football games, relaxing. This is my day, my Sabbath day, just chilling at the house. Day of rest, because during the week, I'm steady moving. So, today gives me time to rest, get my food in, about 6-7 meals. That's all we do. Eat, sleep all day.
Eat and sleep.
Sleep.
So Arizona born and raised?
Arizona born and raised, only native here. A lot of people from here just don't make it, or they move out, but your boy's staying true. I'm a Cardinals fan too, but I'm Arizona's what, I've been. It feels like even if I travel, I always have to come back to Arizona, no matter what places I move at. It's always been home to me.
How you feel? How would you describe like your family dynamics like as a child?
Family into sports. Family is big.
Mm-hmm.
My dad came from a big family of about 17 brothers and sisters.
17?
We don't play like rabbits with the fertilization. So yeah, cousins everywhere. A lot of family but yeah, raised in Arizona, played sports my whole life. I've moved around to different schools. Been around a variety of different types of people because Arizona is a big melting pot.
Right.
So, Arizona's been a great, I want to say, great environment for me getting into the world and being able to mend and be able to basically flow with different types of people, versatile, different personalities, and fit in wherever I go.
Yeah, it's crazy because like I remember when I first moved here, a lot of people not from here.
Mm-hmm.
And so to see somebody that's actually born and raised from here is you're like a unicorn.
Yeah. I remember when you came here, I had to tell you what places to stay out of. You was thinking everything was just,
green light.
Everything was green. Everything was good. I said, don't you go over there, get no hamburger over
there. No doubt. Who would you say were your role models and mentors that helped shape you?
When it came to growing up, I would say Michael Jordan, my cousin Michael Strayhand, because I talked to him back when I was 8th grade about to get into football and sports and everything else. So just seeing him and his rise helped me out, basically gave me someone who's already reaching top levels to aim towards.
Mm-hmm.
When it got to me as probably, I want to say like high school, college, was a lot of my other peers and my friends who I grew up with, them going to college, doing big things. And then when I got grown, I just I funneled more into the self-made millionaires, Nipsey Hussle, Damon, from FUBU, because I was on that Shark Tank back in the day. So,
oh, you were on Shark Tank?
Yeah, I was on Shark Tank back in the day for my clothing. So I've always been on that entrepreneur role, and try to get money and try to just be, not. I say that because Arizona, it's easy to fall in the same bucket as everybody else who's just happy or settling for just normal. So having to think outside the box to put yourself at an unnormal spot, but to reach different plateaus.
Yeah, you had mentioned high school. We could tell that you're an athlete. How are you academically?
We struggled academically, didn't take it too seriously. If I would have had a lot more offers like I had from different Pac-10, Pac-12 schools. I mean, Big 10, Pac-12 schools I want to say Oregon. I went on some recruiting trips. UNLV, UCLA. I had a lot of different schools wanting me because growing up I was we were really into track. So for Arizona, I was really fast, and really good athlete when it came to football, track, basketball, but just struggled when it came to the grades just because I didn't really take it too seriously.
Hmm.
And come to find out that like it's just hard for me to sit down in one place and really put everything towards one something. That's why when it came to training and moving around, I do real good. But sitting in one place, yeah, like this right here, sitting down right here, I'm already trying to find out how to get a balance big up out of here, you know.
No, no doubt, no doubt. You mentioned that you ran track.
Yeah.
Which one did you prefer? Was it football? Was it track? Was there one that you
How I
favorite?
was raised, it was like where everyone got you that scholarship.
Okay.
So, cause I've been like a jack of all trades growing up. My pops had us into golf, tennis, any type of sport. I did it and I excelled at it. So that's what's good. Even golf, I was real good. Tiger Woo,
Golf? What?
Tiger Woo, boy, give me the Buick. They could have signed me with a Buick right now, you know. Green
Jason
jacket.
Wu?
Jason Woo, and I'm still good, real good at golf. But track came easy to me just because my dad also
Mhm.
track. He's actually in the Hall of Fame here at ASU for the 100 meter and 4x1. Like me, I held some titles back when I was a freshman with like my 100 meter, and it lasted for like 10 years. Football, I was real good. Also, I struggled with a lot of injuries. So, like I had my first knee surgery back in 8th grade, ACL, back before
8th grade?
Stoudemire. Yeah, so like I was one of the first cases of like ACL, and they had to do it differently because I was still growing to go around my growth plate. So
Mhm.
I struggled a lot with it. Came to injuries real fast. I don't know if it was because even back then, 8th grade, I was looking like a grown man already when it came to muscle. My dad trained us growing up to stay in the gym. So we've been lifting since, I want to say 12, 13 years old. If it wasn't upside down push-ups before bed, it was everything. Like we were always like when it came to being fit, like my whole life, my dad
So it's very
made sure.
competitive in the
Yeah,
household
yeah, very
then.
competitive. Like, you know, even when it came to your food, like if you didn't get your food first, you get them scraps.
um, so you played college ball as
Played
well?
college ball. I first transferred to CU, but then ended up going to a school called Adams State College in Colorado.
Okay.
Uh, and then redshirted there. Did a little bit of track, but then I transferred to Northern Arizona University. Played football, ran track there. So, and
Okay.
then dealt also with the other leg and having another injury with my knee and having surgery. So it gave me I had to pivot, you know, and try to find out what I was supposed to be built for in this world, and not just take a breath here, like Nipsey said, just wasting time taking a breath. Find out what you're good in. You gotta go. You know, you gotta go get it.
Good deal, good deal. With you saying that, so when it came to school and you decided not to go to school anymore, what was your first job?
Actually, it was event coordinating. So when I was at NAU after I was done with football, I started doing big house parties. I
Mm.
mean, house parties where I was making about 10 G's a week. I mean, grown people money. Oh yeah.
What?
Oh yeah. It got
Yo.
so big where I had people coming up from like Phoenix and Tempe up to Northern Arizona University just for my parties. And then I remember when Girls Gone Wild came. I don't know if you remember that show back in the
Yes, I
day.
remember that
Girls
show.
Gone Wild
Didn't that
came.
guy get locked up or something?
I think he got locked up. Yeah, he was doing. Yeah, he had him out there wilding out. That's probably where the OnlyFans came from. But what happened was first is I was doing really big house parties, maybe like 300 to 400 people, and I got a big mansion house up at NAU,
Mhm.
and then all the clubs in Flagstaff actually, I started taking their business away from them.
Mhm.
So this one club asked me if I wanted to come just promote at their club. They would give me the keys to it. It was upstairs, downstairs, probably fit like 1,000 people.
Mhm.
So it helped me out because my houses was getting trashed up there when it came to the parties. So I was able to get to this club. First time that I had a party up there, about 600 people, broke the fire code, made like $20,000. I got arrested. You know, the owners came and bailed me out, but they're so happy about the drink sales and everything coming. So they were like, "Hey, we don't care. We bail you out every week.
We need
You
you.
know." So
We need
yeah.
you.
So like, and that's when a lot of my friends right now who are doing big clubs in Scottsdale, they were
Yeah.
my doormen. You know, so I run them through the whole game. But during that time, Girls Gone Wild came, and my parties got so big where I got to notice of like Girls Gone Wild. They came and asked me if they would come film. And from there, I got invited to start doing Playboy
Hold
event
up.
coordinating.
Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner. Yeah,
What?
one of my homeboys, JT, I brung him on to do some of the stuff with me. Also Davion, a DJ
Yeah.
1111. So like I traveled like my senior year in college. I spent like 3 days out of the week in class. The weekends from Thursday to Sunday, always like in like California, like at the mansion or in Vegas at the Palms, and I was helping doing co-promotion with like some of the Playboy event coordinators, and just flying around and just I'm talking about meeting everybody. I party with man from Pamela Anderson, Tommy Lee, Bone Thugs. I mean, me and Kendra were real cool. The Playmate, Kendra. If you look at my
What?
Instagram, you see Kendra on there. But I mean, I was around that entertainment and people field that like kept boosting me up and let me know that I could do it because when you come from Arizona, you don't see too many people doing it.
Right.
So when I got out of that mind frame and started leveling up to people my age getting stupid money, and then it's not their parents' money, it's just that they hustle,
Right.
and they hustle, it drove my hustle to do more. So like me, my senior year, I would do parties in like at the mansion, swim pool parties, the grotto, 2008 porn party, and I would do
2008 porn party?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that made to be another part 2 because we make it graphic. Viewer discretion is advised. but so like but yeah, I started doing it, and then what I would do is go back to school, and people were like, "Jason, I saw you on like this show with like Robin Big," because I was part of Robin Big too, part of Robin Big too, and like a lot of people, a lot of celebrities who were just starting out. Tila Tequila before she had
I remember Tila Tequila.
She had her show, all of them. So I remember seeing everybody back in the day and before they start bubbling up, but it put my mind frame into that in entrepreneur hustler mode, so like it allowed me to level up to just start seeking more when it came to life and getting more than what my environment or surroundings was allowing me to get.
Right.
So it was good though, because I was around a lot of people, met all the playmates, met a lot of people that like a regular person really wouldn't meet, or like I was doing things that someone who didn't have the bag should not be doing. Because I mean I was still EPT.
But you still standing next to the bag all the
right
time.
next to the bag, so and everything was paid for. So I did a lot when it came to that, and then that also led me to help out with Bring a Little Wayne here, 2008 when he had the concert in Tucson.
Okay.
So some of my homeboys, they promoted it, and we helped promote it. When Lil Wayne came in for that concert in Tucson, that got real big, and all the media coverage. But I was a part of that. Did the commercial and the radio for it. So like it helped me out because when I was doing my senior capstone, I was an advertising major, advertising PR.
Oh, so this worked right, hand in hand, pretty
so
much.
It's perfect, for the portfolio, because I'm doing stuff right now using my degree,
right.
And doing everything hands on. So
right.
like, and then my professor was like, Jason, man, nothing I can ask from you. I mean, you're doing what you're doing in your career already. What somebody would be doing if they graduated.
Almost questioning like why you're still in school.
Yeah, but it was good though. I mean, the people in the NAU helped groom me up to that time in my life, helped me out to get me to where I'm at now in my career, to like basically make my own money, not work for anybody, and really know that there is no basic limit unless you set your own limit, kind of thing.
Right.
I keep grinding.
I got a question for you. Since you're talking about the early 2000s, I got this picture of you.
Oh, don't say what bleeped out.
Nah, it's a picture you have on your social media. We're gonna end up zooming into this. 2009. Tell me about 2009, Jason.
So that's the product of partying and working for Playboy, event coordinating, when you're going from like event to event, partying, drinking, the lifestyle of like Hollywood. Like it's not really healthy. It's tears your body up, but you're around so much of like you're influenced by so much of that party life that it takes a toll on your body. And then I was younger than I was now, but the way I was looking like I was somebody's dad. I was looking like somebody's uncle with the belly and everything. But I mean, what I was doing was I would do an event like in Cali, on Sunset Boulevard or something with like Playboy,
Mhm.
and then the next day we would fly to like Vegas and do another concert like the next
You
day.
was in Vegas too?
Vegas like that, one after the other, hungover. The only time you gotta do is just keep on drinking to
You were
get rid of the
working out
hangover.
in between all of this stuff too,
No
just trying to
working
stay.
out, nah. There was no gym. I mean, yeah, there was no gym. I was sloppy. But like you're going from party to party, event to event, and that's all you're doing is how you're making your name is being seen at all these events. So you get your connections, your networking, and all that stuff. So
Mhm.
I was going from place to place, but it left it where like we didn't really take too much care of your body. You're eating on the run,
Right.
and you don't really have too much time to work out. So
What was your wake up call to say, you know what, I got to change? And
yeah.
like, when did you get into personal training? When was fitness a
Yes,
thing?
so I remember a couple few things. Well, one, my pops had called me and said because he was deep in the church,
Hmm.
he was like, "Hey, I don't know, I've got a bad feeling about where you at right now."
Hmm.
I was like, "Yeah, Dad, where I'm at right now is not too good, but it's getting me to another place in my life where I know I need to go when it comes to being seen or making something of myself,
Right.
basically establishing and becoming my own brand." Another thing was because I saw like a lot of the investments that we were getting the money from came from different sources that I didn't agree with, and it was kind of like started playing into the danger role because if someone gives you money to promote an event and just say you outsource to someone else that you
Hmm.
didn't know about, the event doesn't go good, then the money's now gone. You're not responsible. You're responsible for that money still.
Right.
So some situations happened where my business partner may have had an event. We're out here now in Atlanta, Jason, at Club Esso with Ludacris or something.
Hmm.
Okay, well, we haven't promoted that. We'll have somebody out there promote for us. I
Oh,
don't
so you
know.
taking a chance with somebody else being your fate,
Yeah,
more or
so almost
less.
like janky promoters. So I'm like, and then it started going to like things didn't really have my seal of approval on them.
Right.
And like it got so big where like other people started coming in and you weren't there in the beginning. Who are you now? This. And so it kind of was like a wake up call that way for me. I was able to wiggle out of there, smooth. But then once I got back to Arizona, I didn't have nothing else that I had established or built up to get me to the next stage in life when it came to the fitness. So I met a homie at the gym, just getting back into working out,
Hmm.
and I saw him. He was a personal trainer working out, and that's why I met like D Carter too. And I
Okay.
saw them training, and I was like, "Oh, this is something good." Because I mean, back in the day when I played football, I mean, I walked around like 5% body fat, and I was like super athlete. So like I saw a lot of people in who were looking like me before the event coordinating days. So I was
Okay.
like, "Oh, I can do this, can I?" But my whole life had to change with the eating, the dieting, the no drinking, the getting enough sleep to actually like putting the foot forward into getting in shape.
That discipline had to have been crazy
It
through
was
that
different.
process,
It
though.
was just new because even playing football, you're not introduced to really kind of fitness and nothing like that. Coaches tell you to eat this at the cafeteria. You may go with your two-a-days, and then you may have like the morning lifts, but then that's really all you really have.
Hmm.
Nothing when it comes to like bodybuilding, like a whole lifestyle of making your body change when it comes to food, taking care of your body, recovery, dieting. So I was influenced by a lot of people in Arizona who were basically into that field. And then I went to my first show and I saw people on stage and I said, "Oh no, I need to go up in there and get, and do this." So it kind of was like it was like a way in from different friends around me who were already doing it,
Hmm.
not knowing that this was going to be like my future because they were all high up and now everyone who got me into it don't even do it no more. I'm the last of the Mohicans. So it's crazy how everything flipped right now where like the people who induced me to this sport not even doing
Not
it,
even
but now,
involved in it
yeah,
anymore.
and then now I excelled in this sport, but I had nothing to do with it in the beginning.
That's so crazy, man. So you jumped into the corporate world as far as fitness goes. I
Mhm.
remember I met you over at UFit. Was that your first place of business?
Yeah, so what I did was just starting out with training. I was just from what I knew from working out,
Hmm.
as I knew how to work out, but not really train yet.
Okay.
So it took me a couple of years of grinding and finding out how to do it. But what I did was I would take friends to the gym who needed to know how to get in shape,
Hmm.
charge my $20 here. Let me go to the gym with you, go gym, work out with you, and then
Hmm.
I would do that and hop around different gyms. And maybe I would have 3 people a day I'll hop around to like 3 different gyms, go work out with them. Okay, I'll see you later. I'll go work out this person. So it got to where like, um, it got to the point where I had a good sense of like how to get myself in shape and regurgitate that to some of my friends. What
To be the
really,
example, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
okay.
What the milestone was that changed was meeting my trainer, Travis. Travis, I got a trainer back when I was just getting into being fit. And then, well, no, my first trainer was a guy named Eric Young. He now does diets for like a lot of celebrities right now.
Mhm.
But like he got me into doing my first bodybuilding show, showed me how to eat, the dieting, the food, and everything else. And then my first show, I came out with like 5 medals, and then I went pro real fast in the natural circuit. And then after that, I stopped for like a year. Then I met Travis. Travis showed me how to be a trainer and guided me into getting clientele, getting to a gym, and actually training people because he's been training people for like now over like 15, 20 years now.
Mhm.
And Travis is still my trainer. I've been training with him for the last 11 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he showed me like, okay, get you about 10, 15 people. After you do that, I got a gym for you to go start at, Pro Fitness. So what I did was I wanted to get a sense of how to train first.
Mhm.
So that's when I went to UFit just to
Okay.
see just to see how I can just to get my foundation when it came to training in the corporate sense.
How long were you there at UFit?
I'll say about a year.
Oh, okay.
About a year. So and during that time, I was in between because I wasn't training no one to go into Gold's Gym anymore. So I was actually doing the bread route. Remember the bread route
Yep.
I used to have.
Yep.
So I was living with one of my friends, DJ Davion,
Mhm.
and he let me move into his house. This was right after I got done doing the Shark Tank and the freaking nature of the clothing.
Mhm.
And then I was kind of like in a standstill in life, like kind of like fork in the road, what to do.
Right.
So then I know I needed more clients, but it wasn't enough going like how I was doing with the training to be able to make it a career or get money from it. So went into UFit. I walked in where I was training one of my friends there, like on the side kind of thing, just like I was doing around with EOSs. And then what happened was when the managers was like, "Do you want a job here?" And I was like, "Oh no, I'm around. I'm just helping my uncle out training."
Like you got a lot of uncles
Yeah,
in
they're
here.
like, "Where you coming through here with these people? We know what you're doing." I'm like, so what happened was she ended up asking me if I wanted to train. And I was like, it's probably a good idea. Because during that time, I was delivering bread to like all the bread companies. I had a big old trailer. I would wake up in the morning, 2 a.m., load the bread, go to about 50 stores. It was the grind.
I
I'm talking
remember.
about, man, it was real. That's the thing is I'm not scared to work.
Yeah.
So when it came to that, getting some money to survive, I did that bread for about a year. But then like what I would do is after my shift, drive over to UFit, leave my bread truck there, go and train my uncle in there. And then it wasn't until they asked me if I want a job, and then I was like, yeah, maybe I can do it on the side kind of thing. And so like they actually put me on the spot, and it was like, see that lady out there who's doing something with the curl, go help her out and see if you can help her out do anything. So I walked up to her, asked her what she needed help with this and showed her different exercises. And then like she wanted to train me right off the bat,
Wow.
So I went back in the office with the manager, and she's like, "You better than all these trainers we got here. They can't even do that." And I was like,
See?
and I was like, "Yeah, yes, easy, isn't it?" And then so that's when I started weeding myself out of the bread route,
Mhm.
going to UFit because right after that first day, they told me to come back next week. And then like what I would do is walk up to people in the gym, fix their form,
Mhm.
and then like they were all, and then after that they would ask the manager if they could train with me if I'm a trainer there and come train with me.
Right.
So after the first week to 2 weeks, I already had about 35 clients, and they were like, "Jason, yeah,
You're
you
like the
got
Pied Piper in there.
man." They were like, oh, some of the trainers got mad. They're like, "Who's this new dude in here?"
Right.
And then like I had like about 35 clients within the first week and a half. And then like after about a month or two, I was up to about 85 clients in there.
See what's crazy is I moved here in 2014 the first time,
Mhm.
and that was May 15th, 2014. And then I just remember I partied. I partied. I wasn't thinking about nobody's gym, but I came here kind of decent. I was like, what? I think I was like 185 at that time
Yeah.
before I met you.
Oh man, because
Bro,
yeah,
bro,
you was
we're gonna get there. We're
you
gonna get there. Let me get there. Let me walk them down. Let me walk them down. So I spent probably like a year here before. I think it was close to a year before I had even thought about a U Fit or anything. I just started putting on weight. I'm trying to taste all the foods, and we
Oh
were
yeah.
spending lots of time in Scottsdale. My old roommate was he. Shout out to Kai
I remember you
watching
talking
this.
about Kai.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kai. Shout
yeah.
out to Kai. He always had me in Scottsdale, showing me a great time out there, and we was just getting lit, and I was getting big through the process. The thing that started to change for me is that when I wanted to start talking with women, and I started seeing what the talent pool looked like for somebody like me because I was way out of shape,
Man.
didn't care. Chicks is like, and I was getting away with that in Washington, but here it's just
Two
like
XL don't sell.
2XL
2XL don't sell out
don't
here.
sell at all. So I was like, man, what can I do to fix this? Decided to go to UFit. UFit's right up the street from the house where I was living at.
Ah.
I was on it. I was doing I was in there doing elliptical all day, and then I go lift a little bit of weights. Didn't have no type of structure or anything. And I remember Ann
Oh yeah.
approaching me. She tried to say, "Hey, can I talk with you about a membership? I mean, about taking advantage of free training with us." And I know that's the little bait to try to draw
Gotta
me
get you
in.
in there.
Now I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I was just being arrogant through that process because I felt like I'll figure this out at one
Yeah.
point. And then I seen you, and I'm just like, this guy got all the people laughing, got all the people working with him, and then I'm seeing results from people,
Yeah.
and that's when I started to really tune in. And I'm just like, well, if I'm gonna spend that type of money, I need to tap in with
Yeah.
this guy. So I talked with them. They were like, he may have too many clients. We might want to put you with somebody else that's equally yoked. I'm like, no, I'm looking for somebody that lives the part, looks the part, and breathes the part, and has fun while doing it. And
Yeah.
I seen that in you as a person. So that's why I decided to move forward and rock with you.
Yeah, people to this day be asking me, "How did you end up at UFit?" They're like, "You're like usually trainers who are good don't really pop up at UFit, you know."
Right.
But you know that's where God led me to. But it's a good thing because look at who I have, who like you, Lori. A lot of my
Hmm.
clients have been with me for 10 plus years, you know. But it gave me a good foundation to what I'm doing now. The UFit did, you know.
It's funny you say that because I look at things. I was just going to ask you that too. I'm like, one thing about you is that your client retention is amazing.
Oh yeah,
In a field that's really wishy washy, very trendy. Thing people come up with different ideas of what's supposed to be the new fix or these quick
yeah.
diet plans and stuff. How do you feel like you keep people under your thumb, so to speak, as far as like wanting to stay with you, and what do you feel really sets you apart from the other
Yeah,
trainers?
that's crazy because a lot of trainers be going through hard times, losing
Yeah, and
clients.
you don't
I
though.
don't. Yeah, well, I'm blessed. You know, God's been watching me. I gotta give him that first of all. You know,
Facts.
but I treat my clients different though. You know, so like like I don't be on the phone, nothing. I mean, I give people a good time. I make sure that if someone's, I think it has to do with me just being in. I treat everything like a business too.
Hmm.
Like I feel like if somebody's gonna spend the money, I don't want them to be spending and having buyer's remorse. You know, like I bought this and this product ain't really producing good. What can I turn this product in?
Right.
So I make sure that when it comes to training, I give people a good time there. I know that is, so everybody be laughing and crying, but not on my phone, never. I'm always paying attention to the client. I feel like I'm a counselor too, so
Yeah.
I'm there for people. A lot of trainers they just want to get you basically in and out and not really focus on the person or like what they're going through or something like that. So like I'm really attentive to that because I feel like all of my clients are my family too.
Right.
And I see you guys don't like the everyday. So like there isn't no coming in with a bad attitude and then leaving with a bad attitude. I'm gonna make sure I fix that while you're there.
Yeah.
And like when it comes to training, I'm always staying above the curve to find out what's new, how to get some new results, or someone got this kind of injury to work around it. And I focus a lot on diet and making sure we get the results
Hmm.
because all my clients are my walking business cards. So if you're not changing, then how is the trainer going to look good when your clients are looking exactly same? time after time, years after years, and then not getting no result.
Yeah, because
And
I came to you at 240 pounds.
remember what I said to you?
You can say it.
Rob came to me first, and I was like, he came to me. I think we did the scale first, and you're like 240. I said, oh man, it's gonna be a project. I said, you're gonna stay a while because I already knew already, but I knew I
Yeah.
could get you down. I've done it so many times, and I felt like me just during that time at UFIT, I was in the middle of me bodybuilding. So bodybuilding taught me how to really focus on food with clients, but a lot of trainers don't do.
Right.
And they just focus on the workout, getting you in, getting it out, and then the clients left after. We're like finding out what to do the rest of the 23 hours after night with the trainer. So I make sure and that's why I had you guys you guys send me pictures.
Send pics.
So
Yeah.
if I have every one of my clients send me pictures of their food
Mhm.
to make sure we're on track. If we don't get it, we're gonna get it by the third or fourth week because you send already about 100 pictures,
Right.
So I make sure a lot of trainers don't take the time to really find out what the problem is and then get on a program to make sure that that problem isn't happening. That's why I got so many clients dropping like 20 pounds in like a month or 2 months and looking totally different. And people look at you guys now like, oh, you guys came looking in shape.
Nah.
I'm like, nah, they all
You got
came.
pictures to prove
They
it.
all
Yeah.
big,
Yeah.
but then we just stay on top of it. So when it comes to retention and keeping clients, I think that's the reason too, because they come in with the goal of losing 15 some pounds. And then after we get that, I'm making new goals to lose another 10, lose another this, lose body fat. Okay, you want to wear this dress for you have a wedding coming up.
Mhm.
You got this coming up, job interview. Oh, you broke up with your boyfriend, just get that revenge body. So there's always something that's going to keep a client in there as long as the trainer is keeping them pushing to new goals.
You're creating a lifestyle, a new
Mhm.
lifestyle for them. Because before you, I wasn't thinking about the gym like that. I was
Yeah.
thinking like, what do I got to do? Not eat as much. I
Yeah.
wasn't educated in that light, and now it's become one of those deals. Even though I fluctuate between 190, 200 pounds and stuff, it's still one of those things where I can't go without going there. For me, it's even
Yeah.
deeper than that because I look at things like you have a lot of clients.
Yeah.
And one thing I appreciate about you is the fact that you set aside time for everyone and you treat everyone the same
Yeah.
as far as like quality time and being
Mhm.
able to talk to them. And that's a lot for one person to take on responsibility wise. Like, how do you create that balance for yourself and walk away from a situation knowing that you did what you needed to, but like without getting upset about something because it's becoming too much? I
Yeah.
don't ever see you getting rattled about like,
Yeah.
being able to be somebody's counselor like you had spoke
Yeah.
to
I think it's
earlier.
because wherever you guys are going through, I've been through it times 10 already.
Mhm.
Because I've been on my own since 15.
Mhm.
I tried to move out of my house at 15, and I've been by myself, been poor, living in my car, been everything by myself. So when it comes to everything you guys are dealing with, I've probably been there or been around that area, been around, and give you some insight and knowing what you need to hear at that time to get you out of that hole.
Mhm.
And then a lot of it is just being there for the client. That's what I'm saying. Like, no matter, I mean, I got over like 50 clients in there, but I make sure I keep that time where someone can feel that's like that individuality with me still without turning everything to like a boot camp and you just come in there and doing your weight by yourself with your headphones on and then you're doing first circuit, third circuit, whatever. I'm gonna
Right.
make sure we're talking in there. I'm gonna spot you, make sure challenging you, make sure if I see you having trouble, we're going to attend to it. Whatever the need is or whatever the concern is, I'm going to make sure I do it. I think that just comes with me just finding out something like people say, you're going to find out something that you're good at. So I think the Lord got me to do this because I'm good at it. Because I remember all you guys wait. It don't
Mhm.
matter who it is. I don't write
I
nothing
know.
down.
I know when we walk inside, I know when I walk in the gym and others walk in the gym, it's already one of those deals where you're like looking at us like almost like numbers in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
respectfully, just like, okay, he's going here, here, here. I already got
Mm-hmm.
him set up here, here, here. She's coming in at the same time, here, here, here. And in your
Yeah.
mind, you already have
Oh
the
yeah.
pieces already
I got
ready to
pieces,
roll
and
out.
I'm not letting everyone do the same thing, and then
I
let
know.
everyone
I've
do
tried it.
something different. Yeah, I'm gonna follow this person. No, you got to work on those lats. You
Right.
got to come over here first. So
Right.
it just comes with being in the game for so long and having a good mentor like Travis, and then and just taking it seriously as a business. I mean, people. That's the thing is a lot of trainers here they fail and they have to get part-time jobs just because they treat it like a hobby. But if this is a business, you got to make sure you're taking care of your business. And I think that's what me just being out there and having an entrepreneur life like I did. because I know that if you're good at this, you know, you don't have to have a W-2 and work for nobody,
Right.
you know, and training all depends on your hustle. So like me, you know, when it came to me being in the streets, I hustled. So
Hmm.
when it comes to me training, I'm gonna do the same hustle, you know. No matter how old I am, I got clients from 9 years old to 80 years old. It doesn't matter what it is,
Yeah.
but I make sure and then I can adapt to any type of client there is. I don't care if you may hate black people. I'm your only black friend. You may be a girl who doesn't want to talk to no guy, but you know
You allow
you
you
allow me to train you.
to.
It could be whatever it is. I just know how to I know how to just basically like almost like a chameleon. I know how to
You
adapt to
adapt.
any
Yep.
type of person, no matter what it is.
Yeah. Like I said.
But I think that's from being in Hollywood and traveling like I did and being around everybody. 'Cause I've been around a lot of people, you know, from all groups of life and everything I've done. Like if I wrote a book, man, that book would be like a dictionary of thesaurus because there's different. I've been done to everything, you know. There is everything
Right.
there is. I had nothing to really hold me back in life. You know, no girlfriend sitting in one spot, no kids right here. So whatever I wanted to do, I was influenced to do, I would go and do it.
Right.
Yeah, there was nothing keeping me away from doing anything I didn't want to do.
Good deal. What are your thoughts on like the popular diets like keto or intermediate fasting or veganism? Are you a fan of any of those?
To an extent, I know a lot of people. This is not a lot of data to support a lot of it, and
Hmm.
then I still believe in good balanced diet and having enough protein, carbs, and fats to and get your body right because that's the only thing that's going to sustain you with a lifestyle. So a lot of those other ones, they're good for a time being, but they're not lifestyle because after you do the keto or like the carnivore, your body needs a place to go. You get your results, and then it's stagnant. So that's why I like to just go off of the protein, carbs, and fats, the food you need for the body to reach a result. I mean, vegan is good. Only thing is that you need more protein because it's not protein dense. So
You got to worry about me. I'm a carnivore.
yeah, I know you don't. Yeah, you eat little pieces of meat. I don't know how.
That's like the biggest thing. Like I have a problem with the meals that you want
Yeah.
me to intake on. So that's what I've struggled the most with.
Yeah, and so what I usually do, because I've been around a lot of diets, so I usually try to base off what someone's gonna do off of their lifestyle and what
Hmm.
they're able to do,
Hmm.
and then slowly starting to just change some imperfections in their food to getting them with something that's gonna work for them. You know, so it could be I could have clients do all different types of diets, but, you know, I just know, you know, like, what they're accustomed to, what they're getting results in, and keep on going and then switch it up when the body's being stubborn.
Nice. When it comes to advice, like for me, I've already told you, and I said this before earlier, you're more than a trainer. You come to my house. We've had deep conversations. You've allowed me to go to church with you and Liz, introduced me to the pastor. He's even called and checked on
Oh, but the
me.
bird don't play.
Yeah, randomly just to see how I'm doing. You just have this way of being very inviting and genuine. And you're not just like that, like I said earlier, with me, you're like that with everyone. And you mentioned that that it just comes natural for you. How do you reach that point of not getting frustrated though? Of like, even though you've went through these things personally, how do you reach that point of like not being rattled or frazzled because of that? Because you wake up at 2 in the morning
Yeah,
and you
I'm
got to go,
really.
go, go, and
Yeah,
you never seem bothered. For me, you dictate how I move throughout the day because I
yeah.
work from home. So.
Yeah. I think it's yeah, because I said it's been what I've gone through, and I know during that time, someone someone may be needing a little bit of like counsel from me. You know, I'm not trying to tell them what to do, trying to tell them different options for them to make their own decision.
Hmm.
But I think it goes with me not being frustrated and to put myself in that person's point of view, and then whatever they're dealing with, knowing that they've expended all their options and they're really back against the wall when there is ways of getting around it. But I yeah, I guess that came with just being years of this sport and being as a trainer. I don't know if when I was younger I got frustrated with people. I I, I don't think so, but I think it just comes with being a people person and not wanting someone to be hurt. So trying to get them out of that space of being hurt and somewhere where they're looking positive and looking at the outcome a different way. But yeah, I try to. I think that's God's put that in me just to not really
Yeah,
freak out.
you're so
Yeah,
unbothered
no matter what you go. I got
by
clients
so
who
by
come in
so much.
crying
Yeah.
about, "I gotta do you want this." You okay, but it's gonna show you a lesson here. Now, what you're gonna do is this here. Yeah, it just comes with just like That's the saying, like, you can't be a personal trainer without being personal, and you gotta have character. So a lot of trainers here who are like that sergeant trainer and, like, you go in there, they just have the whistle blowing and this on the clipboard, and we're doing this today. Like, I just feel like my first goal is if someone's spirit is down, I'm gonna fix that spirit first and then get to and then get to the physical body. So like mind, body, and spirit, basically.
You become, well, it forces you guys to become counselors,
Oh
so to
yeah.
speak, just because of a person's coming there to obviously put themselves in a better space physically, but it starts with the mind
Yeah.
before anything.
Yeah.
And you tap in so fast with that and show the importance of having that rapport and relationship with that person, which
Yeah.
is something that
Yeah, yeah.
I
That's the
find
saying. Like I've
unmatched.
I've been through a lot, so yeah, there's nothing that really rattles me. I've been through some stuff, but nothing really rattles me. But I like what I don't. When someone tells me something and they see me not freak out, it almost makes them relax a little bit. And okay, maybe I am, or just overreacting a little bit, or maybe I will get through this here. And almost like if I don't overreact, and I'm almost like giving them options of getting out, or maybe just talking to them here and out there. It gives them another sense that someone else is basically someone else is right there riding with them.
Hmm.
There's a lot of things people go through. Everyone, like you guys go through. You're going through yourself by yourself. So that's the worst feelings when you're going through something, and then it almost feels like the world's collapsing on you. But if you have someone that's basically in your corner too, it makes it easier to think about getting out of that, or think about the positive more than the negative.
It's just the retention that you have to, like, when people walk in, you're like, this person's going through this person's pregnant, this
Hmm.
person was crying yesterday, need to check on them and stuff.
Oh
And
yeah.
you have to deal with this emotional roller
Oh
coaster
yeah.
when it comes to clients, and put yourself in this space throughout the day, which I feel is like,
Yeah. I'm doing it for 12 hours straight with
I know,
everybody.
and on your feet.
Yeah, my feet be swollen. I be feeling like I got the slave feet. Feet be swollen. But yeah, but I figured like this: if I wasn't doing this, I'll be at a desk job, sitting there with a headset on, with restless leg syndrome, trying to go to the bathroom every 10 minutes. So I'm like, nah. It's like this is where I'm at. So I'm gonna make it good. And like I said, I've came around and seen a lot of trainers who ain't there right now, and I know what they're doing wrong. So I know I
Mhm.
make sure I try to do everything right. So it makes it easy for me getting clients, or someone may have a bad trainer. They see me like, what's different? Why you do this different? This is how you're supposed to be trained. And it's easy for me because everyone else is slacking. A lot of trainers are just slacking out there. They're taking what they have for granted when not knowing it's a blessed position that they're in.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Well, speaking of other people, the next portion of this podcast is called.
And if you don't know, now you know. 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 Now you know.
As you heard, this segment is called "If You Don't Know, Now You Know." This is where I spoke with some clients of yours,
Hmm.
as well as people that train with you.
You better say something right. I'll tell you, they're gonna have to do some
well,
crazy work.
well,
Hey,
they
better
had
say
some
something.
questions. They had some questions. Lori's been with you for 10 plus years, I believe.
She's probably one of the longest, like 12 years.
Yeah, I feel like right
Hmm.
behind her
Hmm.
somewhere. Yeah. Lori's been with you for 10 plus years. Her question to you was that you were heavily into church as a youth. You got away from that, and now you're focused back on being someone that's being more consistent with going into church. She's like, what was that light switch, and when did that happen?
When the world started going crazy and we live in this Babylon period where people getting bombed, where the truth is now coming out about what America's lied to us when it
Mhm.
came to, like, especially when this all starts back in like the slavery days when they took the books away from slaves. So we're all learning about our Father, our Lord, through tradition, what our parents taught us. And then unless you open up that Bible and have your own relationship, you're not going to break generational curses.
Right.
So more reading is what I'm understanding, and a lot of the truths being come out there. Just like when people say I don't want to make a big uproar because you talk about religion or you talk about politics, people lose their mind. So, but like even with the word Jesus, people don't know that the letter J wasn't even in the Hebrew religion. So where do you get the letter J or Jesus from? That's from the Greek Orthodox who came over and took over 300 years after the resurrection. So you got to just understand like a lot when it comes to history too. So like where the Greeks came from, like Constantine, even like the holidays that we celebrate, they're not in the Bible, but they're what we learn from tradition. But a lot of the pagan stuff that we learned that we're just no one's really questioned about where they came from, but just do it because your parents told you to do it.
Right.
So, and the thing is, when you get to them gates, when you get to heaven, God ain't gonna tell you like, oh no, you're gonna be good just because your parents did it. No, it's about what you did on your own while you were here to know where you are, what the truth is, and to make sure you're doing the right thing so that you ain't going down, down, down under. So like with me, like I found out a lot when I went to different churches and started studying like more of like the Hebrew religion when our Lord walked this earth and what he did while he walked the earth, what things are different, what things changed when they got taken over from like the Catholic religion, got taken over from Constantine, and then why we do these things, because it's all about it's all on basically tradition. So a lot of it, I just wanted to not be like a deer in the headlights, find out the information for myself, and then just like anything you do, you want to be smarter, you want to reach you don't want to be lied to, you want to know the truth, and you want to make sure that you're going in the right direction, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters here. Doing that allowed me to reach my blessings I'm getting when it comes to me being blessed with clients, my business doing good, me never having, them dull moments or looking frustrated in there like that. That all comes from knowing where I'm from and knowing some of the truth and being eager to learn more of the truth.
Nice. Nice. Well, we hope he answered that there, Lori, for you. Next question's from Jimmy Lou. Jimmy Lou. Jimmy said he's been with you for 8 years. Jimmy is a certified acupuncturist as well as a massage therapist at the Center of Traditional Healing. For those that are interested in, definitely reach out to Jimmy. His question to you is, how much time do you set aside for recovery, massage, and acupuncture?
Gotcha. And Jimmy, y'all got to know, is cold with the martial arts. Don't be fooled, okay? He's been in the game a long time. Yeah. He's cold with the hands, anything, like, knife, bow, staff, whatever it is. So when it comes to setting apart time, that's why I had to trim my Wednesday schedule down to not come in, because I use that day, midday during the week, to really handle a lot of my recovery work. Because working 12 hours Monday, 12 hours Tuesday, and with going to the gym, like doing 2-a-days, like if I don't do it, I'm going to be dead or like basically real tired by Friday. The body will start depleting on me, and being at the age I'm at, I won't be in the game for too much longer. So I started noticing about recovery when it came to Miss Darlene and taking care of my body. So I would say I set apart probably 3 hours a week for recovery work. Also, every other day I'm doing cold plunge to make sure my body's recovered, and I'm doing like my massages, dry needling.
How long are you in there for the cold plunge?
I ain't gonna lie, mine's not too cold. It's probably like 48 degrees.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll be in there for 10 minutes.
Wow.
Till I catch hypothermia, so I'm in there frozen, but I felt my body run so hot that it helps me out with acclimating my temperature, so that my temperature starts to go down. So even when the hot months right now, I don't really suffer or sweat like that. You ain't gonna see me getting out of the car with a sweaty back, shirt sticking to me. My body doesn't get like that no more, but I think it's because of that cold plunge and like doing all my recovery, like Epsom salt baths. So I usually do an Epsom salt bath every week, and recovery like with a cold plunge 3 times a week. And then I'm doing like a massage every other week. And then I see Jimmy like every Friday or every other week with the acupuncture.
Nice, nice. The next question's from C.R. Davis. C.R. Davis said he's known you since knee-high, and he's been back for about a year. CR also has his own firm, a law firm where he practices personal injuries as well as business.
Yep, and contracts too.
Yeah, and contracts. Woo, get all the money, CR. I see you. CR's question for you is, you seem to be in a good mood all the time. How do you find your joy?
Yeah. And CR's known me for about 30 years. Sierra's one of the people I'm talking about, like the mentors and people who I look up to. He was one of them because I grew up with Sierra since probably 8th grade.
Wow.
So long time. So I've seen him over the years get to his position where he's at, being a good football player, being a good husband, and also being a good attorney with his career. So he says, why am I always in a good mood?
Yeah, he says, how do you find that space? I know we've talked on it a little bit. I guess speak to it a little bit more.
And Ciara will vouch for me here because without him too, like I was when I first met him, I was a lot in the streets when I was growing up. So like Ciara was one of them people who were like, he made it cool to not be in trouble. And not be in the streets. So like him and a lot of my other friends who from the church here, we had a Christian step team too. So like, but like during that time, a lot of my cousins and stuff were in the streets banging still. A lot of my friends are still locked up. A lot of my friends are just getting out right now. I know a lot of people I grew up with. I've probably lost about 30 to 40 friends. They're all dead right now. So it's easy to be happy about where I'm at right now, considering, where a lot of my friends are and the people who I grew up with are at right now too. So like, I can't be mad about anything. I gotta be happy for where I'm at because I mean, I could have been the other way or would have been waking up on the other side of the dirt or
based on poor choices.
Yeah, because a lot of our friends in CR vouch, but a lot of I've seen a lot too. I've seen people get shot, get killed. I've seen it all. So for me, waking up every morning, doing what I do is like a blessing. Like I can think of no other place that I would want to be at other than me just waking up every day, just, sleeping in and watching TV all day. But no one got that life, So the bills don't get paid like that. But where I'm at right now, it's fun. So it's hard for me to really be mad about being a trainer and waking up every morning, seeing that the people are close to me because I feel like I feel like I go into a party every day.
Nice. Nice. And a lot of people rely on your energy again, like myself.
Yeah. Now imagine if me coming in there tired and yeah. I'm thinking y'all don't even know I'd be in there with 2 hours sleep sometime. Like it's just on Friday.
Friday. 2
hours sleep. Y'all couldn't even tell.
I didn't even really go to sleep. I'm like, bro, how do you do this? Knowing that you're gonna have a crazy day.
Doesn't matter. I'll get through it,
Find a way. Next question is for Amber. Amber's also a trainer there. Amber's said she's known you for 10 plus years. She said that you took her from a flat back to look at that.
She did have a long back. She had all tailbone.
All tailbone.
But yeah, she works hard though. She works real hard. But especially with a mother of 3.
Yeah.
And like her, like with Amber too, like I have to keep driving her also because she deals with a hard life too. So if I'm in there not motivating, it's gonna be hard for her to get her results or keep going in the game. So yeah.
Her question for you is, with all the training of people that you do and exercising you do for yourself, do you have time to bang your wife 3 times a day?
No, Amber, we're not doing that. I mean, Amber likes to live in the porn star of the days, but I mean, if I did that, I'm at work for too long. So there's no way of getting that. That'd be if I stayed from home and didn't have no job. But the marriage is good though. So
the marriage is good.
Just to answer that question, the marriage is good.
Marriage is good, Amber. You hear that?
Amber. But ain't nobody sitting at home all day just beating draws like that unless you just. Yeah, I don't know. You must be rich and have nothing to take care of.
Right. And my last question for you is from another trainer, Cynthia Tapia. Cynthia said that she's known you for 20 years. You guys have a great big brother, little brother relationship. And even though you get on her nerves, sometimes she still loves you.
I've helped groom her training. I got her from the corporate field, be a trainer, known her for a long time. She's been through it, but I've been there for her.
Yep. She said her question for you is, what is your biggest challenge as an entrepreneur that no one likes to talk about?
Stepping out of the box and being comfortable with being uncomfortable. because people love to just, if everything is going good, then they're gonna stay in their lane, and that lane is always going to close. So you always got to keep building or finding out new highways or new things to do to get you to a new level, because being at the same level every year won't get you further in your career. That's why people start dying out, because they didn't want to take that step to go further. So a lot of trainers are like people, entrepreneurs. They are scared. Some may be scared because they find it that they were lucky to get to the spot they're at, not knowing that they got to that spot with the hustle. So you got to keep on hustling to get to a new spot, because if you're not doing that, then the people who are still doing that are going to pass you up, and then where you think you're going to be comfortable, and then the next year you're going to be not relevant no more.
Well, I feel like you've groomed so many trainers. You're like the Pied Piper, so to speak.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that people are still learning from you through the process. I think she had mentioned she's been on her own for 2 years, so she looks to you for guidance through that
Yeah.
process. And I feel like a lot of other people in the gym do so as well, because we've been at other gyms. I followed you around, on this quest.
Yeah.
And when you leave, they leave.
Yeah. The gym's the tank. That's what I'm saying. Like, even with it, knowing that a lot of the trainers here are like my trainer Travis. Like, I try to tell him all the time, is that training has changed and you got to go with the time. So just like right now, the most fittest generation is the Gen Z generation, and they're fit because they care about their image and social media and content. So as a trainer, if you're still like one of them old school email trainers who don't post or don't do nothing, you're going to die out. But many people right now are basically changing that field into being more noticed and being more out there. So as a trainer, you have to keep going with the times and going with the curve of how what's trendy right now, just to keep yourself on top of that bubble. And that's the reason why I keep on getting clients, because I stay with the content, stay with that, and what's popping for a trainer, what's popping in life. I try to move on that curve too. It's almost like being a event coordinator. You want your club popping, you got to get you a good artist to come in there, do a walkthrough.
Yep.
So in me to being a good trainer, I got to do what people aren't doing, or keep relevant, keep where I'm always in the talk, and like, who is this guy right here, basically. So if no one knows who you are, you're not posting, it's easy to get looked over, and then all of a sudden you become trainers here who are like, now don't know about if this is the right career for you, because the money's not coming through.
Right. When it's really on them to make those decisions
really
and put forth that effort.
This is a grinding sport, and just like the book Think and Grow Rich. When you gotta basically throw away your ships, burn your ships, where basically your back's against the wall, where every day the rent is due, because you got to live like that every day, or you are basically going to be too comfortable, and then your business can slip out of your hands, not even knowing. And then all of a sudden you're over there trying to do a part-time job just because you didn't treat every day with that same grind.
Right. Well, it's one thing to be a trainer, but what's keeping you competing? I mean, you've been competing since when?
Yeah, I've done over 60 shows. It's been about 10 years. I think what's keeping it, because that's the curve I'm talking about. A lot of trainers aren't doing the competing. So what's setting me different is that everything that I'm showing people what to do, I'm preaching it and I'm doing it. So what trainer do you know who's on the stage doing the dieting, doing this, traveling, and still can still perform my everyday when it comes to training clients too. So a lot of people, like trainers, they may look the part, and now me being on the big stage and competing in like different countries and being like at Olympias and Arnold's, it makes everybody want to train with me too, because you want to train with somebody who's popular, knows what they're talking about, and has value. So that's the reason why I got a lot of millionaire clients, a lot of celebrity clients.
You do.
Because they don't want to train with nobody who ain't noticed or not big. I mean, because them themselves, they're at that level where they had a career on being big or being noticed or being the top. So when it comes to them finding a trainer, they're going to do the same thing when it comes to finding that trainer. Who's the one most popping? Who's the one that has the most clients? Who's the one who's out there seen? Like, because a lot of people, they want to, when someone tells them, who do you train with? They want to show the picture and be like, this is my trainer. And be like, what?
Right.
You want nobody just regular. Oh, that's a good person. How are they nice? But you show somebody who's like looking like, basically like an alien on stage.
Right.
And somebody, let me get his number. I mean, we should find out what's going on, because I don't know anybody who's looking like that. And then my clients got the results too. It just goes right with the package, So
yeah, to see you though, I feel that most people would be intimidated just off of the visual.
Yeah.
But to be around you, I feel like I've seen people that have been in a gym and they're in there doing their own thing and they're just trying to figure it out. And then they see the interaction of how you work with your
Yeah.
clients, and they just started becoming more drawn to you and
Yeah.
being like, man, I got to work with this guy
Yeah.
because there's something about him, obviously.
And it's true, because a lot of bodybuilders don't have a lot of clients because no one wants to look like a bodybuilder, you know. But then I keep the bodybuilding as basically I've reached that top physique that I want, and I do my content on Instagram and showing my personality, so people see that, oh, he's real nice in this. It doesn't go with the way his body looks. His personality is just like totally different, basically.
What's your dieting look like when you're getting ready for a competition compared to like off season?
Well, off season right now, I'm doing about 5,200 calories. So I'm doing 100 grams of carbs each meal right now, just trying to get the size up right now. So it's eating to you throw up, you know, it's nothing good with the food, you know, but you got to go through it because that's how you grow. You don't grow from the subs. You grow from the food you're eating just to make the result. When it comes to cutting for the show, then we take away a little bit of food slowly, add in more cardio. You burn more than what you're putting in, and then your body's going to change over a period of time.
You mentioned the subs. What are your thoughts on supplements, and which ones do you find to be the most effective?
Yeah, and things supplements are good. You got people take into content that they build a lot on subs. Supplement means a supplementation of food. It's supplement, so it should be second other than your regular food. So I know one good food that we all need is that creatine is good for the mind, good for the body. Aminos, protein, all that stuff does good. Depending on if you need something, like if you're like I can tell you guys, and like my older guy clients, if you haven't got your blood test done to find out where your test levels are, because our test starts to decline after our 30s. So that's the reason why a lot of men have trouble with their food and digestion, because their test levels are low too, was your body doesn't run properly in digesting food. So just finding out what you're deficient in and adding that with the supplement or whatever you need will allow your longevity into getting results and your body not just completely dying on you, and then keeping the age away from you. And then you find out you can keep getting results no matter how old you are.
Who are some of your favorite bodybuilders?
Phil Heath, Ronnie Coleman, Lee Haney, Lee Priest. Man, there's a lot of them. Samson Dowder. I love bodybuilding in general, especially like the 90s bodybuilding, Flex Wheeler. You know, I've actually got a good relationship with Flex Wheeler too. But a lot of them, because their bodies didn't look grotesque like they do now. Some bodybuilders push it too hard and the bodies are looking a little bit different. But I love that almost athletic body type, like aesthetic, where you have enough muscle, but then you still have a small waist and the definition to go with it.
Like you can move, like you're mobile and flexible.
Yeah.
How do you feel bodybuilding's changed since you started, and where do you see it going as far as the future goes?
Bodybuilders changed over the years because a lot of people have focused more on the subs, like the performance enhancing drugs, rather than the food and dieting. And then you can get some of the results here with the food and dieting. And then I think they turn to just the subs first without having a concrete foundation in food. And then a lot of the younger generation are doing a lot of the same drugs or subs that people do who really compete, even if they don't compete. So it's really tearing their body up without the proper guidance. But you know, social media and the way people look right now runs the world. So it's hard to tell someone that when they're looking at the peers around them are looking like, you know, fitness models. They're not even going to college no more. They're over here getting their own money, podcasts. They're doing their own Instagram, getting paid. So how you going to tell a young person what's right or wrong when they're making more money than their parents are?
Right. Speaking of that, what advice would you give to somebody that's just starting to jump into the bodybuilding game?
I would tell them get a good coach when it comes to food, or get good mentoring from someone who's successful in the sport. Take things slow. Don't worry about rising to the top so fast. That's because they'll find out that bodybuilding is a mature sport. So your muscles need time to mature. So a lot of the kids are going in there early and trying to use the subs to mature the muscle when you just need time and doing the right things for a period of time to get you the results you need to be at the top.
And what's one piece of advice you wish you would have received when you first started bodybuilding?
Not to do so many shows and to do and because I was doing 3 or 4 shows a year. That's why I got so many numbers on me. I got
when
more.
You started, you were doing 3?
So that's the reason why I got more shows than like Mr. Olympia, like Phil Heath and all them. is because it took me a long time to do it. I was doing everything myself too.
Mhm.
So I was doing my own dieting too. So I would learn from trial and error. And over all of my shows, I did this wrong. Okay, fix the next show, this wrong. And I kept on doing that till I got it right. Only thing that's good with that is that I have a lot of experience from myself. That's why I can give to my clients, from food, from training to everything I did wrong. So I'm good with doing things right. So what I would have done is got a mentor, got a coach earlier to tell me how to do things right, to preserve my body more so that I can grow with the sport and not get burnt out. What's good is that I didn't get burnt out though. I'm luckily, God protected me, because for many shows I've done, like a lot of my peers they're not even in the game no more. And for me, I got checked up on like my heart, everything, liver, and the doctors like, man, you're like a 20-some-year-old kid when it came to your organs and everything. So it surprised me, but it let me know that I got a good covering over me to stay in this game just a little bit longer as long as I'm doing things right.
Right. One service that you offer that I didn't touch on is your online training.
Yeah.
You want to speak to that a little bit, please?
Yeah. So if anybody's having trouble with, like, I want to say, knowing what to do in the gym or workouts, or the workouts you've been doing haven't been working, or you just need more creativity and knowing what to do in the gym, my online has that option. If you need, when it comes to food and dieting, I also provide dieting and options like that, macros dieting, or just someone who can hold yourself accountable when it comes to getting your results. Because being out there on your own, there's no one to tell you when you're by yourself the push on the gas, to stop here, to change this up. So it helps out having that second eye and someone else just watching you, so that you make sure you're doing things right and not just spinning the wheels the whole time, burning your body out. So for a lot of my clients, I do them like a weekly check-in with a FaceTime. I see how their week is going. Okay, how are you doing the workouts, food this week, and it helps them out, because now they have a trainer that's with them, even if they may be like in China or another country, but then now they have someone who knows what's going on and help them out, so that they're not just spinning the wheels and then not getting the results they're looking for.
Okay, we'll make sure to plug that when we post the footage of this interview. If you could go back and give your younger self some advice, what would that be?
Don't get discouraged about football and sports that didn't work out, because God's got a calling for whatever you do, and no matter what, whatever direction you're in is always the right direction. It's about your point of view and looking at that direction to make the change that up to use it to your advantage to where you're going.
Okay.
So like, it's because I thought I was going to be in the NFL, all that stuff. I mean, I was fast, I was good. I mean, I was a natural born athlete. I mean, especially football, but I didn't know that wasn't my calling to this here. So, not being discouraged, because I left a few years of doing the Playboy stuff and let my body just go. Because I mean, I didn't see myself doing anything else after that.
Right. Well, Jay, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me. Can you let the viewers and listeners know how to get in contact with you so they can follow you on your journey, or as well as give some advice and inspiration?
Yeah, they can follow me here. Instagram is going to be J_Stray, STRAYY. For my website, it's StraightFit, STRAY8fit.com. If you have any questions on there, you can send me, like, fill out one of my like applications. I can give you a call, find out what you need help with. I'll come up with a game plan. Instagram, DM me anytime if you have any questions. I'm looking at doing some of my shows. I've been out for like 2 years now, so 2025 is going to be my year of getting back on stage. So I'm looking to turn a lot of heads, but my overall goal is just to look the most craziest I can on stage, where like my mark would be forever. So I want to have that look where people look at me and be like, it's not physically possible.
Right.
So that's what I'm going towards right now. So
no doubt.
Yeah, that's the next move for me right now. Still training my clients, everything the same. Nothing changes there.
Good deal. Well, I just want to say thank you for your time. Appreciate having you on the podcast. This is the It Was All a Dream podcast, and we out.